So you're likely wondering about the bottom line, right? You've heard about DaVinci roofs, maybe seen them, they look great. But the big question is probably staring you in the face. Just how expensive are they really going to be? That's exactly what we're diving into today.
Yeah, our aim is to cut through some of the noise and give you a clearer picture of what investing in a DaVinci roof actually means, cost-wise. We've looked at expert opinions, manufacturer details, and even what homeowners who've actually made this choice are saying. We want to bring you a really solid understanding.
Exactly. And for those maybe just tuning in or discovering DaVinci Roofscapes, they offer these premium synthetic roofing systems. They do an incredible job mimicking natural slate and cedar shake. It's quite impressive. We know you're looking to get informed, quickly and thoroughly, and that's our goal here. We're going to break down the costs, explore the value you get, and really pinpoint the factors that swing that final price tag for a DaVinci roof.
Okay, so let's maybe lay the groundwork first. What exactly is a DaVinci roof, and why are they becoming so popular?
Okay, right. So DaVinci roofs, they aren't quarried stone or cut lumber. They're actually engineered. They use a composite material made with high-quality new plastics, what they call virgin resins. And this is really key to their appeal. You get that amazing curb appeal of natural slate, that classic look, or the warm, textured feel of cedar shake. But importantly, without a lot of the traditional headaches those natural materials can bring.
hmm And what's fascinating is how they blend that look with, well, real-world performance. It's not just about appearances. DaVinci roofs are significantly lighter than, say, real slate. That can be a huge plus, especially if you have an older home, maybe one where the structure wasn't designed for heavy loads.
Good point.
And they also boast some pretty impressive resilience against, tough weather. We're talking high winds, relentless UV exposure. Plus, something a lot of people appreciate. They're made right here in the USA. They come standard with fire retardant properties and, importantly, a Class 4 impact rating.
Okay, class 4 impact, what does that mean in simple terms?
It basically means they're highly resistant to damage from things like hail or falling debris, the kind of stuff that can really wreck a standard roof and lead to costly repairs down the line.
Right, okay. So durability is a big part of it. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. Let's talk initial investment. What are we looking at generally?
Generally speaking, for an installed DaVinci roof, you're probably looking at a range somewhere between, say, $10 and $18 per square foot.
Okay.
Now, for some of their more premium styles, the ones really designed to replicate high-end slate or shake, that cost can creep up towards $20 per square foot. It really depends on the specifics of your project, and where you live makes a difference too.
Gotcha. Can we get a bit more specific, like shake versus slate?
Sure. So the DaVinci shake, the one that mimics cedar, that typically falls in the, let's say, $12 to $16 per square foot installed range. For the DaVinci slate, going for that classic stone appearance, you're likely looking a bit higher, maybe closer to $15 to $20 per square foot for the total installed cost.
Okay, and context here is really important, isn't it? How does that stack up against the real thing or, standard shingles?
Yeah, absolutely. If you compare it to genuine natural slate, which, wow, that can easily cost you $25, even $30, $40 per square foot installed. DaVinci starts to look quite a bit more attractive from a pure cost angle.
Yeah.
But then, on the other end, you've got your standard asphalt shingles. Much cheaper, usually in the $4 to $8 per square foot range. Big difference there.
But it's not quite apples to apples, is it? That DaVinci price includes more.
Exactly. Our sources really highlight this. DaVinci's pricing already factors in those high-performance features. Things like the UV and thermal stabilizers, which are crucial for keeping the color looking good and ensuring that long-term durability we talked about.
Okay, so that range, $12 to $20 roughly, isn't just for the tiles. But what else pushes that final number up or down? It's not just the style, right?
Oh, definitely not. It's like any major home project, really. A whole bunch of things influence the final cost. The most obvious one is just the size of your roof. More square footage naturally means more materials, more labor time. Simple math there.
Exactly. What else?
Then you've got the complexity, mainly the slope or pitch of your roof, a really steep roof. That's generally harder and slower for crews to work on safely. So labor costs can go up.
Okay, steeper equals potentially pricier install.
Right. And the specific DaVinci tile you choose matters too. As we mentioned, different profiles, shake versus slate, but also things like multi-width tiles versus single-width tiles. They can have slightly different price points.
Ah, okay. Tile choice itself.
Then there's the prep work. If you have an existing roof, tearing that off and disposing of it, that's an extra cost you absolutely need to factor in.
Right, the tear off. Can't forget that.
And the underlayment, that protective layer under the DaVinci tiles. There are standard options, but if you opt for a premium synthetic underlayment for extra protection, that'll add to the cost too.
Underlayment choices, got it.
Location is always a factor, just because labor rates vary quite a bit from region to region. And whether it's a brand new roof on new construction versus replacing an old roof can sometimes influence the details and cost as well.
Lots of variables.
Absolutely. Which is why, and our sources really emphasize this, it's so important to get detailed, itemized quotes and get them from roofing contractors who specifically have experience with composite roofing like DaVinci. They'll know what to look for.
Yeah, experience seems key here. You don't want someone learning on your roof, especially with a premium product.
Exactly. They'll give you the most accurate estimate for your specific house.
Okay, let's go back to something you touched on. That comparison with natural slate. Is it really often less expensive overall to go with DaVinci slate? That seems surprising.
It frequently is, yeah. And that's a really key takeaway for anyone dreaming of that slate look. While the tile-for-tile cost might seem somewhat close in certain cases, the total installed cost picture often shifts dramatically. Why? Well, DaVinci slate is much, much lighter than natural slate. That makes it easier, faster, and therefore cheaper for crews to handle and install. Lower labor costs for you.
Ah, the weight factor. That makes sense. Less structural strain too, probably.
Precisely. Because it's lighter, you often completely avoid the need for expensive structural reinforcements to your roof deck. That's something almost always necessary with heavy natural slate. Big potential saving there.
Okay, so saving on reinforcement. What else?
There's also just the practical issue of breakage. Natural slate is, well, stone. It's fragile during shipping and installation. You always have waste from broken tiles, and you have to pay for that waste.
Right, you buy extra knowing some will break.
Exactly. DaVinci, being a composite, is way more resilient. Much less breakage during handling and installation. And don't forget the warranties. DaVinci typically comes with longer, more robust warranties, offering peace of mind that also translates into long-term financial value. Less worry about future replacement costs.
So putting numbers on that again?
Right. So while a natural slate roof can easily climb into that $30, maybe even $40 plus per square foot installed range, DaVinci synthetic slate often delivers a very, very similar aesthetic for, potentially, around half that investment. Big difference.
Wow, okay. That's a significant difference when you factor it all in.
Yeah.
Now let's switch gears slightly. How does the DaVinci shake compare not just to slate, but to natural cedar shake?
Good question. Visually, DaVinci shake versus natural cedar shake. The resemblance is often uncanny. They've really nailed that authentic rustic wood look. But when you look beyond just the appearance, the performance characteristics start to diverge quite a bit.
How so? Lifespan.
Yeah, lifespan is a big one. Natural cedar shake, depending on the wood quality and climate, typically lasts around 20, maybe 30 years if you're lucky, and maintain it well. DaVinci shake, on the other hand, is engineered for much longer life, often warranted for 50 years, and expected to last potentially even longer. We're talking 40, 50 plus years.
That's a huge difference in longevity. What about things like mold or rot? Cedar can have issues there.
Exactly. Natural cedar is quite susceptible, especially in damp or humid climates. Mold, mildew, rot, insect damage. Those are real concerns. DaVinci, being a composite, has a very high resistance to all of that, much less worry.
And fire safety, that's always a concern with wood shakes.
Critical point. Natural cedar generally has poor fire resistance unless it's been chemically treated, and even then it's limited. DaVinci shake, however, comes standard with a Class A fire rating. That's the highest rating available for roofing, offering significantly better protection for your home.
Okay, so better lifespan, better resistance to rot and insects, much better fire safety. What about the cost comparison there?
Price-wise, natural cedar shake installed usually falls in the, say, $10 to $16 per square foot range. DaVinci shake, as we mentioned, is typically a bit higher, more like $12 to $18 per square foot installed.
So slightly more upfront for DaVinci shake?
Slightly more upfront, yes. But you're gaining that superior durability, the enhanced fire safety, way lower maintenance over decades, all while keeping that desirable wood shake look. For many, that trade-off makes a lot of sense long-term.
Right, you're buying longevity and peace of mind, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, we've hit on a lot of benefits comparing them. Let's just consolidate. What are the main pros, the key advantages of going with DaVinci overall?
Absolutely. Let's tick them off. Beyond just looking great, a huge pro is that they're lightweight. We covered why that's good, suitable for more homes, potentially easier installation. Then there's that toughness, the Class 4 impact resistance against hail and debris, the ability to withstand really high winds, often rated over 120 miles per hour.
Impressive resilience.
Yeah. And the color stability. Excellent fade resistance thanks to those built-in UV and thermal stabilizers. Your roof should keep its color for a very long time.
And the warranty.
That 50-year limited warranty, it really speaks volumes about their confidence in the product's long-term performance. Plus, they resist all those common roofing headaches: mold, algae, insects, warping, cracking, curling, much less maintenance hassle compared to many other materials.
Low maintenance is definitely appealing.
Hugely appealing. And, of course, the enhanced curb appeal. A DaVinci roof can significantly boost how your home looks, its overall value.
Which makes it, as you said, a great fit for maybe higher-end remodels or even historical restorations where authenticity matters, but you want modern performance.
Precisely. But, to keep things balanced, we should also talk about the potential downsides, right?
Yeah.
No product is perfect for every situation.
Good point. We need the full picture. So what are some of the potential cons homeowners should weigh?
Okay, the biggest one for most people is probably the upfront cost. Compared to standard asphalt shingles, DaVinci is definitely a more significant initial investment. If your budget is really tight, that cost can be a major hurdle.
So not a budget option generally.
No, generally not. And related to that, it's not really a DIY kind of product because it's specialized, premium. You really need installers who know what they're doing. They should either be certified by DaVinci or have proven extensive experience with composite roofing. That ensures it's installed right, performs as expected, and crucially, keeps that warranty valid. Finding qualified installers might take more effort or cost a bit more.
Right, so installation expertise is non-negotiable.
Absolutely. So it's probably not the best choice for, say, super budget-focused projects or quick flips where minimizing immediate cost is the absolute top priority.
What else? Any other potential drawbacks?
Well, our sources mention that sometimes for very specific custom colors or unique tile blends, there might be longer lead times to get the materials. So if you're on a super tight construction schedule, that's something to ask about early on.
Okay, check lead times for custom options.
And realistically, if you know you're only going to be in the house for, say, 2 or 3 years, you might not personally recoup the full long-term value of that investment. The major benefits like longevity really pay off over decades.
Makes sense. It's more the long-term play.
Exactly. But, and this is important for homeowners who do plan to stay put for many years, that long-term value is significant. The durability, the low maintenance, the sustained appearance, it can definitely provide a strong return on investment over the life of the roof.
Okay, let's dig into that durability aspect a bit more. What makes them last so long? You mentioned the material.
Right, it really comes down to that engineered composite material, using those high-quality virgin resins. Unlike wood that rots or splits or even some other materials that get brittle, these are designed to handle temperature extremes. They resist cracking and freezing cold, and crucially, they don't warp or distort under intense summer heat. And we keep mentioning UV resistance, but it's key for preventing fading and degradation over decades of sun exposure.
And that 50-year warranty backs that up. You mentioned reports of them looking good even after decades.
Yeah, it's pretty common to hear from homeowners where see examples where DaVinci roofs installed 20, even 30 years ago still look remarkably good, almost like new in some cases. That really speaks to the material science involved.
So just to recap those durability highlights.
Sure. Key features: Class A fire rating for safety, Class 4 impact rating for hail and debris resistance, proven resilience in extreme weather, high winds, driving rain, snow, ice, and those built-in UV and thermal stabilizers for long-lasting color and structural integrity. Is a robust package.
Okay, and you stressed the importance of professional installation multiple times. Why is that so critical with DaVinci?
Well, think about it. It's a premium engineered system. Getting the installation right is paramount for several reasons. First, it ensures the roof actually performs as designed. You get the full benefit of the weather resistance, the longevity. Second, proper installation following their specific guidelines is usually mandatory to keep that 50-year warranty valid. You don't want to accidentally void your warranty with a bad install.
Right, protecting the warranty is huge.
Absolutely.
Right.
And third, experienced pros pay meticulous attention to the critical details. Things like using the correct type and installation method for the underlayment, proper flashing around chimneys, vents, skylights, places where leaks often start, correct nailing patterns, sealing techniques. All these things add up to a watertight, long-lasting roof system. Skimping here is asking for trouble later.
Yeah, the details really matter in roofing. Our sources even mention specific companies known for quality work, like Bill Reagan Roofing with their decades of experience. The takeaway for you, the listener, seems to be, Do your homework. Look for installers with specific DaVinci training or a long, proven track record with similar composite materials in your local area.
Couldn't agree more. Don't just chase the lowest bid. Expertise with this specific product is really worth paying for.
Okay, so we've covered cost, materials, pros, cons, durability, installation. Let's bring it all together. The big question, is a DaVinci roof the right choice for you and your home?
That really is the bottom line question, isn't it? What factors should you really weigh?
Well, based on everything we've discussed, if you place a really high value on curb appeal, if you want a roof that makes a statement and significantly enhances how your home looks, DaVinci is definitely worth considering. Also, if you're tired of or want to avoid the common issues with other materials like rotten wood shakes, potential cracking in slate, or the relatively shorter lifespan and repair needs of asphalt shingles, DaVinci offers a compelling alternative.
Yeah, and it's an excellent option if you need something lightweight, maybe for an older structure, but you also need top-tier resistance to impact wind and weather extremes. And if low maintenance and long-term durability are really high on your priority list, maybe you just don't want to think about your roof again for decades, and you plan to stay in your home long enough to enjoy those benefits, then yes, it's a serious contender.
On the flip side, though, as we said, probably not the best fit if you're doing a quick flip just focused on minimizing upfront cost.
Right, or if you were hoping to save money by doing it yourself. The need for professional, experienced installation really takes DIY off the table for most people.
Okay, so let's try to crystallize this. A quick recap of the key takeaways about DaVinci roofs and their cost.
Good idea. Let's summarize.
All right. First, the installed cost. Generally expect somewhere in the $12 to $20 per square foot range, keeping in mind that varies by style, location, and your roof specifics.
Second, the material. It's a highly durable synthetic composite made with quality virgin resins designed to mimic slate or shake.
Third, the features. You're getting excellent fire resistance, Class A, top-tier storm and impact resistance, Class 4, great UV stability for color retention, and significantly lower maintenance needs over its lifespan.
Fourth, suitability. It really shines on luxury homes, historic restorations needing specific aesthetics with modern performance, and for any homeowner prioritizing a long-term investment in their property's quality and appearance.
And fifth, critically, professional installation is essential. You need a contractor certified by DaVinci or with proven, extensive experience installing their products.
Right. So as you weigh your options, it's really crucial, isn't it, to look beyond just that initial price sticker. You have to consider the whole package. The long-term value, the reduced hassle, the sustained beauty, all the benefits that come with this kind of investment.
Yeah, really think about what matters most to you in a roof. Is it purely about the lowest possible upfront cost today? Or are you prioritizing things like how long it will last, how good it will look in 20 years, how little you'll have to worry about maintenance, and how well it will protect your home from severe weather? Do those unique advantages that DaVinci clearly offers align with your specific goals and plans for your home?
And the best way to get concrete answers for your situation, take that next step. Reach out to reputable, experienced roofing contractors in your area. Ask specifically for quotes on DaVinci. Get detailed, written estimates tailored to your home. That's going to give you the most accurate financial picture to work with.
Absolutely. And maybe one final thought to leave you with as you consider this pretty significant home investment. When you think about that blend of, high-end aesthetics and proven long-term resilience, how does investing wisely in the actual roof over your head factor into your bigger picture, your overall strategy for taking care of your home and enjoying it for years to come?